Okay, so far we have seen assigning and the IP address permanently. How you can be able to assign the host name. Okay, so now for an example, when you are using the command called hostname here, say for an example, okay, so you are using your the hostname command. Okay, the hostname says this is my station one. Okay, when it's saying as the station one, where you need to able to change the host name. Okay, temporarily. Okay, if it is temporarily means you can execute this command host name space something called as something Sony Center. Okay, so now this will reflect in the next sessions. So this host name will get reflected in the next session. You can able to see the difference in the host name. Here we have as the station one. Here we have as the Sony Center. Okay, so but to make it permanent again there are two ways. Either you can make it by using a command line, or even you can directly use this file. Okay, by using a command you can able to make this way, that is host name ctl. Okay, host set host name, and you can set your host name as like what is that, station, for an example, station 2 dot, let's say station 3 dot example dot com. So this is my new host name. Okay, now this will be permanent across the session even after the reboot. Okay, even after the reboot, this name will be permanent. You can able to check by giving the, you can check verify your hostname by giving the hostname command, that is hostname.example.com. Okay, if you want to have it, if you want to edit, so there are again the same kind of commands, same kind of output from the other command also. So here, if you want to name your host details, that is what is your host name, what is your icon, and the chases, mission number, and what is the type of virtualization, and what is the operating system, and what is the operating system kernel, and everything. So you can able to use this command also for checking the same. Okay. Now I will get you onto the file where it has /etc /sysconfig se network skull. So now this is the place where all our in network interface cards will be there. Now we can able to see here. That is taking as ifconfig hyphen con. Okay, if you open this file, okay, see here. Okay, hope you remember. Actually, we have assigned the 3 IP. Okay, 3 IP for single network card. That is the connection name is what is that? Here the connection name is the con. Okay, for that, which belongs to the device, which belongs to the device EN016777, and the connection name is con, and this is the unique unique ID, and we have this 3 IPs and all those details. And here you can able to see that see here. You can also able to see the DNS and the onboard TCS. Here the onboard TCS is nothing but the auto connect. Okay, while booting, during the booting, whether this interface should come up or not. For that reason, we are having this. Okay, if you make onboard off, it will be not up during the next reboot. We need to manually, you need to manually board it. Okay. So if you want to edit the file, so same as like for IP address, we will be taking care of this file, and for host name, there is another file called etc slash host name. See here. So this file. So you can also give the entry in this file. So whatever the commands which we are providing, so we should also know to which file it is getting affected, because all the information here are getting generated only from a file. It's good to know that it is affecting which file, so that we can able to uh, be in powerful when we are going for the debugging. Okay. So here the next one, we're going to see about this. How we can able to control the services. How we can able to control the services. So here there are different types of services which we have in Linux. Okay. Now see here we have the daemon. So what is the daemon? See, daemon is a one of a service. Okay, the daemon we can sort as one of a service where there will be no interaction with that. Okay, where we don't have a control. Okay, those are considered as the background process and which is non-interactive. You can able to see here background process and which are non-interactive. I can show the few of the background process when we give ps-ef. Okay, now you can be able to see these are the processes which is running. Okay, these many processes. Okay, these many processes which are running without the user interaction. Okay, without the user interaction, these are the processes which is running without the user interaction. So these processes can be called as the daemon process, where we don't have the control. And the in Windows, the daemons are called as the services. And generally in Windows, the daemons are called as services. People will be using different terms, but in Linux, we use the same word, something as a daemon process. Only for daemon process only we can able to access the service. The next one, process. The process is a running program. At a particular instant of time, it can be the different state. The different state of a process can be running or sleeping, or even it can become as the zombie process. So what is a zombie? And a completed process, but waiting for its parent process to pick up the return value. That is, zombie means which is dead, which can become alive once it is got activated. So with the same generic meaning we have also for the zombie, which is a one type of a process. Okay, now how to handle or how to control these kind of processes in the Linux, that is mainly in the RHEL. Okay, so we had several type of commands between the RHEL 6 and RHEL 7. So because even if you are working in RHEL 6, you will also get a chance to work in RHEL 6 too, where people are having both the environment, in the real time. Some applications are running in EL 6 and some applications are running in the EL 7. Now how to check a particular service is running, okay, or not running, or just stop. Okay. Now let's get into detail of these commands, that is RHEL 7. Okay. Okay. System CTL. Okay. Let's say status. Okay. Network manager. Okay. I would like to check the status of the network manager. See, this command shows two things, mainly two things. It will show the status, and also it will throw the latest log. It will throw the latest log. And if you want the latest line also, you can also use the -. So where till at the last time it will be showing the what was it actions, what were, okay, what were it actions. You can able to see that from this command, that is status. Now say for an example, if I want to make it down, okay, check that the process is currently inactive. Even you can able to see the logs. That is stopping network manager. I'm going to start, or you can restart it. The restart means it will go for one round of stopping it. Since it is already stopped, it will be starting directly. See here. You can able to see the logs also where the particular service is getting activated. Okay, so here we have one device here and which is getting activated by this. Okay, the next one. So what is this try restart named on service? So restart the services only if it is running. Now say for an example, we will have some of the situation we don't want to bring up a service which is already down. Okay, so regardless of knowing the session, okay, regardless of the knowing the session, we don't want to try it. So restart the service only if it is already running. Okay, we don't want to bring the stop the service. Okay, to make it at situation precise whether we are starting the stop the service or the service which is already running. Okay, for that we can use this try hyphen restart, okay, and the name of the service. Okay, and then what is this reload? Okay, this reload is the reload the configuration file. Now say for an example, I am just editing this mm, okay, we are editing this sysconfig file, sysconfig network hyphen scripts, what is that? Mm, 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 if config the connection file. Okay, now I am editing this. Okay, I am editing this. When I am editing this to make that into effect, okay, to make that into effect, then I can use the okay, then I can use this reload command to get this configuration file to be updated into the server. And for the status checking, we will be using this. And to check, now say now say there are many services are running, many services are not running, like all those kind. Now I want to check all the service, regardless of option, whether it is stopped or running or zombie or whatever it is. Here we can check that by this way, that is system ctl list all, okay, and the type, what is that, units, list units hyphen type, okay, and then service hyphen all. Okay, see again try to have all kinds these kinds of nodes in handy, okay, so that it will be useful for you. And again, it's very hard to remember all the commands, okay, all the commands and all the options. Okay, see here, I can able to see these many services are there. That is only 145. Okay, if I want to check only the line numbers, So see here, leaving these things, okay, leaving these things, I can say there are 137 services are available. Okay, only 37 are available. You can able to see here the system D, one of the servers which is inactive here. Okay, that is uterm run level, and here you can able to see one of the services is not running, and from this I can grab the service which are only active. Okay, see here we got it. So here we are supposed to use the hyphen W to get the exact match. Okay. So from this output, I am printing the lines where only that active word is available. So I can say only these are the services which is active now. Okay, and if I want to take how many services are running, that is count. Okay, I can say that is 68 services are running. So using this command, that is WC, it will take the client count. Okay, so here 68 services are there, so I can say 68 services are active, and if I want to check for the inactive, I can say there are 67 services which is inactive. Okay, so which is the total combination of 68 plus 67 is nothing but with that 145 is 135, right? So what is the other than active and inactive? Okay, so now let me print the line, okay, which are other than the active, sorry, okay, other than active and inactive. Okay, so we have only 137. So there are some extra lines out there. So we have only, okay, we have another status called failed. Okay, we have another status called failed. So we can able to find whether the service is active or inactive or failed. So we can able to get these three status from the command systemctl list unit files. Okay. Okay. So you can able to see the sub bar. So which is active, which is executed, active, which is running, inactive, dead, and the active running. So these are the different the status which we can able to see, and the load is whether this the latest configuration file. Okay, whether the latest configuration file is loaded or not. And this enable and disable. Okay, for what reason we have this enable and disable we have. Okay, this enable and disable we have to make sure the service is on after the reboot. A particular service make sure it's on after the particular reboot. Now say for an example, I'm checking for HTTP system CTL status HTTPD. Okay, I don't have that service right now. Okay, let's say SMB. Okay, see here. The Samba service which is currently running. Okay, if I want this service to be active even after, okay, that is even after the reboot. Okay, I don't want to manually make it running. So for that reason, here we will be using this enable, and disable means where it will be not loaded after the reboot. Okay. Okay. I think the status, the command is repeated twice. Okay. So according to this situation. Okay. So if you see here in the in the EL6, we will be using this check config command to make a particular service to make the service after the reboot on and off. Check config name on, check config name off, and all those things. But whereas in the RHEL7 we are using a single command that is called as a system CTL. Again, they have consolidated with most of the operations with a single command. Okay. Now here, list all services, check if they are enabled. Now this command, the system CTL unit files and the type service. Okay. So it will say, okay, it will say only the service is enabled or disabled. Okay. So regardless of the running status, okay, regardless of the running status, here you can able to say whether the service has been enabled or disabled. So it is that it is that you can be able to check whether the service will be on after the reboot or not. Okay. So this command will see the dependencies. So list the services that are ordered to start before the specified unit. Now say for an example, okay, here we have that. Okay, see here you can able to see there are many services are being listed. Now say for example ABRT CCP, ABRT Hope Service, ABRT VM Code, ABRT XRG. So it means that first these services will be started and then these will. So it is having a dependency on this. So before the multi-user target is started, okay, before the multi-user services is started, this ABRT will not start. So we will have the flow like something like a, this is first service needs to work, this is second service needs to up. To check the dependencies, we will be using this command. Okay, that is after. Okay, if you would like to want to check the before keyword, then you can make it with the before. Okay, okay, that is at the starting. Okay, at the starting, what are the services which will be running? So for that case, you can able to see this before. So now, see, all these things will be very useful when you are started troubleshooting. Okay, when you are started troubleshooting and when you want to debug and any issues, so which starts first and which starts second. Okay, now for an example, let's say that our order start with after the specified unit. Now I am listing some SMB. Okay, see after this, okay, so it says list the services that are ordered to start after the specified unit. So after the SMB services is started, you will have these services will be started, multi-user, system D, graphical, and all of these things will be started. Now say for an example, what are the services which needs to be up before the SMB service? You can able to see these many services which will be starting before the SMB. That is, we can say by as per the system default, there will be many services will be getting started. Okay, so for that reason, we will be using this before and the after. Okay, so okay. This command. The type will check list all services, check if they are enabled or what we can say disabled or it is in the static status. Okay. So to check the services to have a control of an service or a process, we will be using these commands in the RHEL7, the system CTL start at the stop. Okay, now say for an example, I have some of my services it's running. Okay, now we have seen the SMB service. Okay, okay. We see the SMB services It's currently active. Okay, started Samba SMB daemon and which is currently running and which is in active status. Okay, now how to view the logs of it? How to view the logs of it? Okay, what is the purpose of using a log, guys?
So just to check what are we done in the past, history, that kind of thing.
Okay, yeah, to check the flow, what was done in the past, or to analyze any process, what was done, we will be using this analyzing and storing the logs. Now, say for an example, where this is being useful for auditing and for troubleshooting the system or any issue. So the log persistently, okay, so that is continuously will be getting stored. Okay, will be getting stored in the /var/log directory. Now you could be able to see that /var/log directory. So you can be able to see all logs, okay, all the system logs which we have, and again we have separate the directions and the separate partitions are there according to the services. Okay, so what are those? So most the system logs, okay, only the default services logs which are logged here. If you go to this, if you see this file, that is messages, okay, you can able to see the system logs. See here. So where it will be there by the timing. So now it's 8:41. You can able to see the log of till 8:40. Okay, you can able to see the log of till 8:40 what it was doing. Okay, so if it is an info or if it is an error, okay, it will be saying that it's an error or it's an info. Okay, so from that you can able to check that we have an error or not, and there will be another command used -f. What this command will do is the from the bottom it will be keep printing the latest output. If the file is keep growing, if the file size is keep growing, then it will be keep sending the output. Now say for an example, I am just opening another session. I am just trying to log in. Okay, see here. Starting session 9 of user root. So it has started. So now the logs have been generated. So with the system name 1 and it is having the log. And now from here I am just rebooting the Samba server. Okay. See here. So whatever the transactions, okay, whatever the transaction which is happening in general, that will be loaded into this message file. Okay, you can able to check this. Now, for an example, I'm reloading the firewall configuration. Okay. Okay. So while reloading my firewall configuration, it will be checking all the other internal services where we can able to see the logs here. Okay, see this is I am here to show you. Okay, this is here I am to show you how what is the purpose of this the message file. Okay, you can able to see automatically. Okay, automatically the service file has been archived. The service file has been archived on Jan 15th. Okay, that is yesterday. Okay, so with the size of 676 KB. So it will not have only one bigger file. Okay, so it is messages. It is having the log date also 2017 01 and the 15. And when regards to the security errors, okay, log file for the security and the authentication related messages and the errors, we can get into this secure directory. That is, can be able to check here. So we have another file called secure. So here the log message are being differentiated based on the type of messages. So here also I can use the style-f secure. Okay. So where these will be having only the security issues. That is, we can have the PAM Unix. PAM is nothing but the pluggable authentication mode. Okay. The whether the SSHD connection is up or not and all those things. See here. Now I am just closing down. Okay, so here the log is happening. I am just closing this session. You can able to see the session closed for user root. That is the SSHD. That is the way we are connecting through the SSH where the session is being closed. Okay, you can monitor these kind of things in the tail-f. Okay, if the file is growing, okay, if the file is growing, you can use this tail-f option. You can able to see that with the man option, that is tail. See here, which will follow the output being appended, the output appended data as the file grows. So it will be keep showing the output which is being appended here. Okay, and what is next? The mail logs. So all the mail related stuff which we can able to see here. You can able to see this. Okay, so these are the postfix. The postfix, we have postfix, SMTP, which are related to the mailing system. Okay, so where internally it will be keep sending the even the mails, okay, from one service to the other services, okay, which we can able to monitor, or even after configuring the mail, also we can able to check the mail related logs in this mail log files. The next one, cron, the log file which is periodically executed. Okay, so whatever the changes which we are doing in the cron file, okay, whatever the changes which we are doing in the cron file, which we can able to see here in the cron. Okay, see here. So the cron D service. So the service which using this cron, which is running the cron D. Actually, this is the one of the service cron which is used to schedule the automatic jobs. Okay, the schedule jobs which will be running automatically at a particular time. Okay, so here it's good to use the tile-f. Okay, for that purpose. And if you want to check the system startup mode, okay, if you want to check the system startup mode, you can get into this boot log. Where is the boot? You can able to see here. So I think we don't want to use the tail-f here. So directly you can list the whole file. Okay, directly you can list the whole file here, because only during the rebooting or the machines it will be showing the logs here. So you can able to see the flow, what is getting the step by step. Okay, the step by step what is it is getting done during the booting process. Okay, at last you can able to see here they started a few of the services like dbus, dump, permit, reset, low, back. and the kernel and the installing the ABRT code tempo. Okay, so by this way you can able to see the boot log. Again, it will be effective when you are started debugging the issues by getting the information from the log files. Okay, and again, these log files are one of the major important in the real time where we will be troubleshooting it. Okay. Okay. So what these RSys log config file will have? See here, actually, when we are the system logging is based on the syslog protocol. Okay, so what is a particular service which is recording all this transaction? What is a particular service which is recording all this transaction? We can say that is as a syslog service or syslog protocol. But here in the RSCL 7, the syslog messages are handled by the two services. One is systemd journal and the RSys log. See, manually if you want to check, okay, manually if you want to check, you can go for the RSys log. So these are the subderivatives. Okay? These are the subderivatives of the RSys log. Now you can able to check this file rsyslog.conf. Okay, that is cat space that etc rsyslog.conf. Let me use the less command. Okay. See here you can able to see for each and every services. Okay, for each and every services in this file it will mention what is the see here all the mail log files should go to the all the mail related should go to the /log mail. Okay, all the authentication process will have go to the secured file. Okay, all the information, mail, authentication, and these are go to the messages. So like here, it will define which kind of services has to go to the which files. So here, if you would like to edit it also, you can able to edit this. Okay, so for example, you have some your application logs. Okay, you want to write, you can redirect it to some particular file rather than this is log and all those things, so that you can manage by editing this or syslog file. Excuse me. Okay. So here, this is the one of the services in which we can able to see the using the log file, that is directly. Okay, and when we are using this journal D, okay, when we are using this journal D also, we can able to check the services with some modification. Okay, that is in a systematic way. Okay, that is where in the systematic this journal D was not available in the RSCL. Now see here, this utility will show the system journal. Okay, so where this default location of the system D, that is which will be there in the run log directory. If you could go to the run and the log, we can able to see this journal directory. Okay, so because of this one directory, okay, so the system journal file, if you check this, we check the system journal file, okay, where all the system informations which will be there in one file, all the system log files will be there in one files, where which will be there using in a program, okay, where we cannot able to see that, but okay, but here we can able to, it's a program file where we can able to check with the some of the options. Okay, now say for an example the journal CTL -n, which will be showing the last the 10 lines. Okay, and the same as like if you want like when we are using the head command, I want only the last 5 transactions. Okay, from here you can able to see only the last 5 transactions which is happening. Okay, and then if you want to tail the logs, okay, like as we use the tail -l, you can use this tail -f option also to check the logs, which will be when the file is getting when the file is growing, you can able to see the logs by using this journal CTL -f. Okay, so you want to see only the error message. See, generally it will be having a log, okay, whether it is an info or error, okay, info or the error, the both the way. Okay, if you want to check only the error, then you can go ahead with the option. You can go ahead with the option here. So where it will be showing only the errors alone. Okay, and again, if you want to grab something, if you want to grab some words, you can able to grab it. Whether regardless of any services, SMB, regardless of the SMB or web server or whatever it is. So here I am finding out only with a particular service. Here I am finding only with the particular service here. And I want to check the log which is since today. Only since today. So where it will be showing the logs, the previous logs also when we are seeing, and if we use so -hyphen today, so where it will be showing the logs only for today. And again, there are many options. So you, when you want to check the logs with a particular interval of time, so to view the logs in a particular interval of time, you can use this since timing, the time and also the date. Okay. So now here the verbose -o verbose. What is this? Field the attached journal CTL log file. Now, for an example, if we are using this journal CTL -o verbose. Okay. Now this command. Okay. So this command is to say, so what are the uh, the parameters of this journal file which is being executed by each and every parameter here. Okay, so by having only these information, for an example, it is having the boot ID, the machine ID, the host name, the okay, the basic parameters. Okay, the basic parameters of the journal T can be found out by this way. Okay, and the for an example, if you would like to check for a particular service and with a particular PID, okay, where it will bring all the services which is related with this particular PID, because when a process is getting started, the PID will not be get changed. The process ID will be not get changed unless until it is get restarted. Unless until it is getting restarted. For that case, here we will be using this journalctl command with this systemd unit and this PID. Okay, and again we have the control option to check the log from 9 o'clock and only for this HTTPD service. Okay, here I want to check the logs for the process ID 1, user ID 81, and I want to check what are only in the warning status. Hyphen 3 warning. So it will show only the messages which are in the warning. See, again, according to an application or the things, we need to take the respective action by seeing the error messages. Okay. So again, we can able to get well versed in debugging only if we are using the most of the options here. Okay. So here, to make the persistent systemd log for using the entries even after the system reboot. Okay. So what it will do is, to make it available, we have the one directory which is already there. Okay, so these are the settings which we can do during the system installation for making it available throughout our the journey when we are using the server. So again, when we are configuring a services, when we are in the next class, we will configure Samba service. We will configure Apache service. Okay, Apache means the web server. Okay, when we are installing this, and again we will be using these log commands. What is happening when someone is installing, and someone can be able to monitor just by using this log. Okay, so by that way, this using this log files will be very useful. Okay, guys, I am done for the day.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Here, so I have a few questions. I mean, it's not related to today's class, but it's related to kind of like